Israel has finally gotten the green light they've been waiting for. Washington state's testing policy is stalled. And could we see legal CBD in France soon? Could be. It's Friday, May 15th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
Israel finally gets the nod to begin exporting medical cannabis. Israel Economy Minister Eli Cohen has approved the export of medical cannabis products, with the new rules and standards taking effect in about 30 days. The order comes more than a year after lawmakers approved the law unanimously, and as we covered in a previous episode, the delays forced many people to reevaluate their financial projections for the country's cannabis industry. According to Ganjapreneur, the international market for Israeli cannabis could be worth as much as $33 billion, medical cannabis company ICANN estimates, and stocks of the country's cannabis companies made gains following Cohen's announcement on Wednesday, I24 News reports. Cohen called the reforms a significant step for Israeli cannabis businesses, exporters, and industry job seekers. However, the health ministry was quoted saying they were not ready to handle large quantities of exports because of manpower shortages. The agency indicated that until the standards were in place, they would approve small quantities for research and development and validation only. The health ministry also revealed that more than 10 cultivators and 5 factories already meet the agency's licensing standards. The export plans were first announced in 2016 and approved by finance and health ministers in 2017. At that time, officials expected medical cannabis exports could bring in between $279 million and $1.1 billion in revenues. The plan was temporarily put on hold in 2018 by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who wanted to take a closer look at the program.
Mandatory pesticide testing for Washington state recreational cannabis is delayed due to COVID-19. MJ Biz Daily reports the coronavirus pandemic has delayed government efforts in Washington state to require pesticide testing for recreational cannabis, dealing a setback to an idea that has been under consideration for several years by local industry officials and regulators. The pandemic has made it impossible for state lawmakers to conduct public hearings, so the issue has again been tabled until further notice. Some cannabis companies have taken matters into their own hands and are testing their products, a development that is rare elsewhere in the cannabis industry. Nearly all states with recreational cannabis programs require some form of pesticide testing, and very few, if any, have self-regulated in this fashion. However, it could be an option for businesses that want to additionally reassure consumers through marketing and labeling about the safety of their products. Others, in particular small cannabis grow operations, might be breathing a sigh of relief that the added cost has not yet been passed down to them. Like other mature adult use markets, including Colorado and Oregon, in the past couple years, Washington state's cannabis economy became oversupplied and wholesale prices bottomed out, though the market is recovering somewhat. Therefore, growers in the state aren't eager to see mandated pesticide testing, not because they don't want to test for contaminants, but because their margins are already very narrow.
A European Union advisor says France's blanket ban on CBD needs to go. France's blanket ban on the marketing of all hemp-derived CBD products contradicts EU law on the free movement of goods, an advisor to the Court of Justice of the European Union said in a legal opinion on Thursday. The Advocate General's opinion, if followed by the top EU court, would set a binding precedent and have a significant impact on the CBD industry in Europe, paving the way for similar provisions in other EU member states to be challenged before national courts. The Court of Justice ruling on the case is expected this fall. In the vast majority of cases, the court follows the opinion of the Advocate General. Under French law, only hemp fiber and seeds can be cultivated, imported, exported, and used for industrial and commercial purposes. This means that all CBD products derived from the entire hemp plant are prohibited. Evelien Van Kiemelen, a Paris-based attorney at Allen & Overy, called the opinion a crucial step towards much-needed regulatory harmonization and legal certainty for the CBD industry in Europe. It would not only require France to adapt its legislation in order to allow the marketing of CBD extracted from the entire hemp plant, but might also force other national regulators to re-examine existing restrictions related to hemp-derived products in light of the free movement of goods in the EU, she told Hemp Industry Daily. A clear and proportionate regulation of CBD-based products will ultimately benefit EU consumers, she added.
And that was today's Buzz. Have a response to any of the stories on today's show? Share your comments when you join the conversation with the professionals of the cannabis community at TRICHOMES.com. Our beta is now open, so be sure to sign up. It's free.
And be sure to keep up with us on all social media platforms. You can also subscribe to our podcast and the TRICHOMES YouTube channel for daily content. My name is Allison Ben-Yehuda.
And my name is David Fortin. Take care.